Hey guys, we're going to be talking turkey today. I've had numerous people that have asked me, how do I make a turkey? I'm not getting to travel this year and I don't know how to cook a turkey. So I'm going to walk you through that today, and it's kind of gross, but we're going to get started. So I just wanted to let you see, this is an 8.5 pound turkey, and I'm literally going to show you how to cut it open, wash it, get it dried, and the easiest way to prepare it so that you have a nice juicy turkey. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors, and we're just, well, number one, I mean, you surely know that you're going to check there to figure out the size that's going to work for your family. And I'm going to show you when we cook it how you can check that to know about what size do you need. But you just need to cut it out of our wrapping, and then you want to do this over the sink because I've let this thaw for 3 days in my refrigerator. And this one was only 8.5 pounds, but it still needed 3 days to get thawed. So you need to make sure that you give yourself time to get it thawed. But I'm going to cut it open. It's disappearing for a minute because when I cut it open, all that juice is going to start coming out. See what I'm talking about? So you're going to get all of that juice out, take it out of the package, and then we're literally just going to wash it. I have a glass dish down in the sink that I'm going to put it in once that I get it washed. I thought I might have to set it down, but it's not so heavy. When you have like a 15 or a 20 pound bird, sometimes you need to sit it down while you're getting it rinsed out because it's just too heavy to hold. It's really disgusting if you've never done it before, and it smells awful. So I don't know what it's like the outdoors or something. I don't know. It smells kind of gross, but we're just going to wash that off really well. Some people soak it in a brine. I do not. Okay, I've washed my turkey, and now I have it here in my bowl. Because this is a small turkey, the only thing that I had to take out of it was the little gravy bag, but it doesn't have giblets or a neck or anything else that I take out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dry it off. I need to get it dry so that I can season it correctly. So I'm going to transfer this out of the bowl. I'm just going to put it on a cookie sheet like that and literally pat it dry. I pat it dry with paper towels because I want to throw them away because it's gross. It's, well, I don't know what the technical term is, but it's got to be full of, well, you just should wash your hands after you handle this thing. Okay, now that I've mostly patted this dry, I have just a little bit more to do. And I'm gonna wash my hands because those birds carry diseases. You should always wash your hands when you're handling any raw meat, but raw poultry, ugh. The key to having a nice juicy turkey are these baking bags. This one is actually a turkey size. I could have just gotten a large baking bag, but you'll find them in the grocery, and they'll be close to where the Reynolds wrap and Saran wrap is located. But I'm gonna get a browning bag, and I'm going to literally just open it up. I'm gonna put a tablespoon of flour in it, and then I'm going to shake it around. I've got my turkey in the bag. I have the breast side up. Whether you have a large turkey or a smaller turkey like I've gone through on this one, you want to make sure you have the breast side up. Now we're going to work on flavoring. So what I like to do is I'm going to add an onion, and I'm going to put that in the cavity of the turkey. Typically, if I had a bigger turkey, I could go in this way, but because I don't, I'm going to go in underneath, and I'm just going to put that onion in the cavity. And I'm going to let it sit on there so that that will cook up. And then I'm going to cut an apple, and I'm going to put that apple also on the inside of the cavity. Now I'm going to take my apples, and I'm also going to add them in the cavity. I'm going to go any direction that I can get them in, and I'm really just kind of stuffing them in there. That's all the room that there is for that. And so if I had a larger bird, I could put all of this inside the bird. This one's only 8.5 pounds, so there's just not room. So it's okay. I'm just gonna lay that in the bottom of my bag. Okay, so I'm gonna take one more little bit and make sure that I've got this as dry as I can. and I'm gonna take some olive oil. Some people put butter. I really like the flavor of olive oil, and so I'm gonna rub some olive oil on there, and I'm just rubbing it all over the outside of the bird. Okay, that'll allow me, and this one's not very big. If I had a great big one, I would need to make sure that I go on the underneath. And then I'm gonna take my house seasoning that's a combination of salt, pepper, and garlic powder. I have that though in a shaker bottle, and it's easier to handle in my shaker bottle. So I'm just gonna season all around the outside. All right, we've got our seasoning added, and now I'm going to cut 2 pieces of celery. This again is just to add some seasoning. If it was a large bird, I could take these stalks of celery and I could put them inside the cavity, but I'm just gonna, if they'll stay, I'm gonna let them sit on top of the bird like that, and if they fall off, then it's fine if they fall off. After we've seasoned and stuffed the bird, then we're going to simply pull our bag up just like this, and you're gonna wrap it around. And there is a twist tie that's in your box, and you're gonna take your twist tie around and you're gonna put it through that first notch, but you're gonna pull that through as tight as you can. Then you have to, right now there are no holes, and if you don't do anything to it, it'll explode. So we add the flour to it so that it'll help it not to explode. But I didn't mention, we did not add any water to this. In the turkey, you do not need to add water. And one thing that I forgot to tell you is in here is a cheat sheet that tells you exactly what you need to do. There's a guide in here to tell you the size of your turkey and how long it needs to cook and exactly what to add. The only thing that I added in addition to what they suggested was my green apple, because I just like the flavor that it does. So now I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm going to puncture my bag, and I'm gonna poke 6 holes in my bag. I do it around the top. As you cook the turkey, it will get juicy, and I don't want to lose any of the juice and drippings that are gonna come out of the turkey, because I can use those if I want to make a gravy. Okay, so then I'm simply gonna pick my bag up. I like to use a roasting pan, and I just set my bag in my roasting pan like that. I let the plastic lay over. I don't have to cover this, okay? The beauty of this browning bag is that it is going to brown the turkey evenly, but it also is gonna steam it, so it's gonna seal the juices on the inside, and you're gonna have a really nice juicy turkey. So now this one's gonna go in the oven. It says between 1.5 hours and 2 hours, so that's super quick. Again, you just follow the chart to see if you have a larger turkey, how long that needs to cook. So I'm gonna go pop this in the oven on 350, and we'll check back in about 1.5 hours and see what our bird looks like. Go, it's done! Let's check out the turkey! All right, here we've got our turkey out of the oven, and all we've got to do is cut it open. After I've cut my bag open, I'm gonna transfer it over here because I wanna be able to save the drippings that are in the bottom. We have our drippings in our bowl, so for the people that wanna make gravy, you can do that. I'm gonna set that aside and let you look at this. And what you want to do when you're cutting your turkey is you wanna cut straight through the breast. And then we're gonna, I never cut the turkey. I'm saying that like I know, I don't really know, because I don't ever cut the turkey. But let's just cut a little piece so you can see what it looks like. Look at that, look inside, it's perfectly done. And that's all there is to cooking your turkey. They're making fun of me because my family's starving and they're so ready to eat. Our turkey's perfectly done. Get somebody though that knows how to use a knife, and that's not me. So David always does, he does our little turkey, but there you go, our turkey's finished. Y'all, happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.